do a sizable update, so if you ain't got time, probably don't watch this video. I'm going to try to go through it as fast as I can. A lot of this stuff is common knowledge shit that I just got on vinyl. And some cool stuff I found that's like little ones that, you know, you kind of sit in the back of the list. You never think it's going to show up, or you try to find an add-on kind of album. That's kind of what this update is, essentially. That's right. So anyway, I was going to start off with some CDs. Yes, CDs. Alright, first off, we're going to start off with stuff I got from No Life Till Metal. Not leather. From Scott Waters' label. I ordered the early bird package, and I've got Veil of Deception, Dissonant Voices, pure heavy metal, a little bit of thrash elements thrown in there. Really good, clean vocals. This is their second album, if I remember correctly. Very, I mean, get it. That's all I'll say. I don't have a comparison to give you right now. I'm going to be doing it with spinning in my car soon, so I can. But I will leave a link in my description of the band and stuff like that. Really cool CD, nice artwork. Obviously, Scott did it, so. This is a brand new release too. I think this is his first pure original only release on his label. He's got a Helix coming up soon. So we got that, and early bird. You got the Veil of Deception pins, which pins I'm going a little too pin crazy right now. Scott. Next is the Heathens Rage. What is this one? Knights of the Switlick. This is a live album. It's basically off the board. Back in the day, I think 85. I know of this band, and I do have a cassette which I cannot find, which I was going to give to Scott. I'm still in the process of trying to find it. I know I got it somewhere. It's got to turn up. that's how I wound up finding all those demos you guys have been seeing, because stuff's everywhere in boxes still. Anyway, Heathens Rage. This is off a soundboard, if I remember correctly. It sounds good enough for the time. It's clean. Not clean. It's not overdubbed or anything like that. It's the pure sound. Again, another heavy metal band. I think most of you guys will love this band, especially the older guys into the new wave. Out of New Jersey back in the day. Scott was friends with these guys. Again, like I said, I knew of them, have stuff from them, but I didn't know them like Scott knows them. So pretty cool. I guess this is an original release too. But the sound quality, like I said, if you're expecting, you know, like a pro live album, it's not that. But it's a killer album overall, and there's a bunch of covers on here. There's some originals, but there's covers as well on here. Two guitar solos, all kinds of shit. I forget the covers on here. Like Iron Maiden cover, Wrathchild, yeah. There's a bunch of covers on there as well. Just get it. It's worth a buy. And if you're, you know, a completist, you're gonna want it anyway because it's Heathens Rage. Their vinyl's tough to get. I'm on the hunt for that stuff too. Good album. And of course, your early pre-orders comes with the Heathens Rage pin. And I also got the book with it. This is Scott's first book, Heathens Rage, Rage Days. Just a story about the band, like a full, like an interview kind of story. And I mean some great pictures in here. I don't want to show everything because you guys gotta buy it. But you know, it's very nice, printed, heavy stock, glossy, and all the stuff he said. I'm sure you guys watched his video about his label update the other day. But all the stuff you see in here is actual stuff he has, or the band has, and stuff like that. So really cool. I mean, like I said, it's a very involved story, you know, interview story as well. I wanted to read it last night so I could give you guys more of an insight, but I didn't get the chance. As usual, there's always something going on. So I will check it out tonight. But I mean, for both CDs and the book, it was fairly cheap. And I don't know enough about the band, and I love reading and watching documentaries about bands. Even bands I dislike, I watch because I just want to know why they suck so bad. Alright, so let's go with the digs first. The stuff I found in the wild. Found a couple of things for friends. This one made me laugh, but I figured somebody would need it. Culture Club. Look at the guitar. That's like a metal guitar, dude. Get that off you. I don't know what songs are on here. Love Twist, Melting Pot. And there's, I don't know if these songs are on here, but it says Take a Pinch of White Man, Wrap Him Up in Black Skin, Add a Touch of Blue Blood. Must be a lyric. It's just a 12-inch single. It's one of those thin ones. But I don't know if this is US or not. But, you know, I was on Facebook and I asked him if he needed it. And he said yeah, so I got it. I think y'all know who this is going to. It's for Peaches. And these two I actually picked up for Scott Waters. I tried to contact him through Facebook when I was in the store. He was busy, so I just bought them anyway because they weren't very expensive. And I know he loves Aerosmith, and I was pretty sure he loved Alice Cooper. But this one is a single for Freedom, 12-inch single of Alice Cooper Freedom, and it's a white label promo. Vinyl's in good shape too. I'm gonna pull it all the way out. It's got this plastic sleeve. The vinyl on it's really cool, so that's going to him. And then I see this, and this is a little bit beat, but it's a Aerosmith Draw the Line promo. It's also a white label promo. And it still has the inner sleeve, which is actually in good shape considering. Vinyl's a little bit, I mean, it could be cleaned up. Yeah, it might be better than I thought. Yeah, there's a couple things on there. But it's a white label promo as well. And I'm surprised to see any Aerosmith white labels anywhere. So I just got it. If you didn't want it, I knew I could send it to somebody else somewhere. Now, like I said, this also has the gold promo stamp. So this thing is like stamped out. That's promo, and the white label promo. It does have a little bit of a seam split, but again, it's more for memorabilia wise. So grab that. Alright. Now on to my shit. First is an album I've been looking for. It's actually getting pretty up there price wise. It's on the old Combat label, and that's Zoetrope or Zoetrope, however you say it, that's how I say it. Amnesty rather. And this is again pure early heavy metal. This is like 85, 86, right? I can't read it. But it's still in the shrink. And still has the original flyer in there for Combat Tour Live with the Venom, Slayer, and Exodus, The Ultimate Revenge. Only $29.95. Beta or VHS? That sounds like a lot back in the day. $29.95 for them. That should come. 1985, that's what I thought. Here's the inner, still in great shape. The vinyl is fairly clean. It needs to be obviously clean because I haven't done that yet. But a pretty tough album to find, let alone in the wild. So that was a pretty good score, and still in there, you know, shrink and shit. And well under what it's going for, so it was a steal and a half. I'm not gonna do this now because it'll be 20 minutes. It's already gonna be a long video. It's already 10 minutes long. Next is the Skull Band. This is Bob Kulick. You all know Bob Kulick is Bruce Kulick's brother and producer of some Kiss stuff back in the day. Hell, he might still do it. I don't know. I'm trying to think who else is on here. Anyway, this is actually Music for Nations press. Inner is still almost brand new. Who else is on this band? I know. Oh, Dennis St. James is on vocals, Bob Kulick, Bobby Rock on drums. I knew there was somebody big on there. And Kel Benner bass. But this thing looks brand friggin' new. The vinyl looks brand new. It's still on the shrink, by the way, but it's on the Patrick Swayze. So I've been dying to find this one. It's kind of one of those ones, you know, you want but don't want. I mean, you want but you don't really chase a lot. So it's cool to come across that. Again, it's like $7, well worth it. Next is the last album by Richie Scarlett, which again, it's not his first one and his last one are on vinyl. These are hard to come by. They don't sell for very much, but they're hard to ever find. And so I found this one. I think this is from 2015 or. Anyway, Richie Scarlett was in. I know it was Ace Frehley or Frehley's Comet at the time, but he sung with Ace Frehley for an album or two. I can't fully remember at the moment, and I'm not looking it up because I don't like doing that because I feel like I'm scripted that way. It comes on red vinyl. It's really clashes with the label because the label's like maroon and shit. So that was a pretty cool find. Again, that was $8. I mean, it's just insanity finds. Let's go with these last two here. Alright, next is a band. This is a band called Americade, American Metal. This is 82, right? The well-known player in here is Danny Spitz, or Dan Spitz back then. For when he Anthrax. This is pre-Anthrax. You know, old school. Metal, I would say. It's got a cut on the corner, but that stuff doesn't bother me. It's in okay shape, but the main reason I wanted it is because I never find any of it in good shape, but the inner is still insanely good shape. And then another one of those really cool labels that, and this is like again, just pure metal, and I'll add it in there. Adem Records. The vinyl looks brand new. So, I'm sure at some point I'll find a better adder, but I'm not worried about it right now. It's not terrible. The only thing I don't like about it is like the binding chewed up. I hate when you can't see the band name and the serial numbers and shit like that. It's my retentive stuff, but. He's even got his own button on his jacket. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to wear your own gear. Next is a upgraded copy of Steeler. Now I have the silver version and I have the black version. This is the black version. My black version that I bought was cheap, but I was not told it was literally. It's not bad. It's probably VG all around. But this was a few bucks, so I picked this up, and this looks almost new, as you can tell. I mean, there's not even any ring wear on this thing. And black shrapnel label. This is not the misprint. That's the only one I do need still. So cool to find that for a few bucks as well. I don't think I paid more than $10 for anything except for one thing here. Next is I made a stop at that store where I got those really cheap picture discs I showed you guys a while ago on Record Store Day, or after Record Store Day. So I went back today looking for the new Possessed, which I can't find anywhere. But I went through the sale stuff again, and here we go with some killer stuff. Starts at $34, ended at $7. This is Morbid Angel's Kingdom of Disdain, or Kingdom's Disdain. I'm not a Morbid Angel fan, but for $7, I gotta pick it up. I'm an early Morbid Angel. I don't like it is a Morbid Angel, am I crazy? Yeah, Jesus. But the disc is really cool. I mean, I might just keep it for that, to be honest with you. So, $7, well worth it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. And the next one is Voivod. It's a 12-inch picture disc. I think this was a record store day. I don't remember. But it started at $24, ended at $5. So of course I'm going to pick it up. And I like when they at least have this kind of sleeve for a picture disc. I wish they all would do that. And there's the Voivod. Sorry guys, I can't get away from this glare. And on the back, it's the band essentially in the name. And it has Too Scared to Scream and Cockroaches on it. I have no Voivod on vinyl because even if you buy the reissue stuff, it's expensive as shit too. So I've been trying to get some OG stuff, but I'm sure at some point if I run across the cheaper reissues, I'll grab it or whatever. Voivod, Celtic Frost, or Celtic Frost, however you want to call it. Creator. I mean, all their new reissues are expensive. I don't like paying $35 or more for new vinyl. You know what I mean? So, if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I might as well just shell out the little bit of extra money and get the OGs. Next is a band. Again, never would have thought in a million years I'd find this in the wild. It's from a super indie label called Green World, and there's a band called Executioner in the Name of Metal. Cheesy ass cover. It's 1985 or 86, 1986. I'm going to describe them as sounding a little bit like early Megadeth. I think that's why I've always liked them. Just hard to come by. It's just not an album you'll generally see in a while, you know. But I highly recommend these guys if you're a Megadeth fan. Again, this is kind of, and I really hate, like I always tell you guys, I hate giving you a band comparison, but when I listen to this, I get a lot of Mustaine in his voice and stuff like that. Now, are they Megadeth? No, of course they're not. They wouldn't be on Green World, you know? So, again, another one you come by, you're just like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm looking at this. And the inner sleeve looks brand new. Trying to go a little bit faster because I got a lot more shit to show. And then another indie label, Ugly. Same color as the Viper. If you've seen Viper and stuff like that, they have the same label. But the vinyl looks, I mean, it's mint. I mean, it's, I would grade, it's got a little cutout, it's got the cutout in it. Is this a promo? It's got the little cutout there, but that shit never bothers me. Cutout in the corners, I don't really like the cut corners. The cutouts don't bother me, but for some albums you find them cheap for that reason, I'm going to grab it. But again, this is a great, I love this album. Like, Green World had a lot of bands that I liked. I'm getting sidetracked. And now, I usually don't, you guys know me well enough, I don't buy bootlegs. I generally think they're overpriced for what they are, and they're generally, newer ones are better. They're generally crap, you know what I mean? It's just, but I'm not paying $30, $40 for a freaking bootleg, you know what I mean? Plus I don't like to support that overall. This came up used, where was this recorded? Oh, anyway, just going to show you. It's Rainbow, Long Island, 1979. I don't know the year this is pressed. 2015 on Purple Pyramid Records. Rainbow. But I mean, it looks really good. And it's got a nice story inside, and you know, of course, Richie's all over it. Richie's about as self-indulgent as Malmsteen is, so there's the back, sorry. And it has Eyes of the World, Love's No Friend, Since You've Been Gone, All Night Long, Lost in Hollywood, Man on a Silver Mountain, Long Live Rock and Roll. The players are Blackmore, Bonnet, Powell, Glover, and Airy. Obviously, 79. But, although I don't understand what Man on a Silver Mountain. That was Dio era, so why is... I haven't listened to it yet. Like I said, I just got it, so I'll let you guys know about that. Anyway, I mean, it's in great shape. It looks like a pro. It looks like a pro, you know, job. And I don't know about the label. The silver's coming off of that. But anyway, there it is. It's rainbow. Label's cool. It's very retro looking, even. One of these songs are like. I think both labels are exactly the same, so I'm not gonna. Just want to see. One of these songs are super long. I was looking at this. Oh, Lost in Hollywood. I mean, it's a long run out. It's one song on one side. Yeah, it runs the whole. It's a 26-minute and 54-second song. Oh, it is a different label. It's reversed. I just noticed it. I guess that's supposed to look like that. I just noticed that. I didn't notice that. I didn't look before, but it's a little bit choppy on the ends, but vinyl is mint. So I'm gonna listen to that tonight, and I'll let you guys know what it sounds like. I'm definitely out talking the music. Sorry. He said it came with a download, but I didn't find that, so I'm not worried about it. But I mean, it looks like a professional, down-to-earth tour. I love Richie. You know, very, very early Malmsteen-ish, and he's just a phenomenal guitar player. If you just isolate him and listen to him, just an amazing guitar player. All right, next is the new Light Force reissue, Battle Zone. Now that looks smaller because it is smaller. I didn't realize when I ordered it, it was a 10-inch album. I do not like that. I think storage-wise, it messes with my OCD. I'm not a big, 45 fan, so I'm definitely not the 10-inch fan. But the cover is freaking phenomenal. I love this cover. That would make my top 10 covers of all time. It's totally different than the cheesy original. But it has 8 songs on here. Again, another band, heavy metal, early heavy metal with a touch of punk influence to it. But this is from I think it's not Greece, Australian label. I don't remember. Soundmass is the label. Rox Records brought some copies in, which saved a few bucks for us guys. So that was cool of them. Again, I was surprised when I received it and seeing it was a 10-inch album, because that artwork needs to be larger, man. Okay, there's the inner, and then very, very small vinyl. Pretty cool labels too, custom labels obviously. And I mean, for the price as well, it's just my thing. Don't care for it. All right, next is my third album on vinyl I've got of this band. This was an annoying purchase, but it is the band Aska. George Call of Banshee, Mindslave album. If you guys know him, he is also the singer of this band. This band been around for a long time. I've got their first 2 on CD, or for 3 on CD. I got a bunch of their CDs, which are impossible to find right now. But this came out fairly cheap, said mint, or near mint, but clearly not true. I'll show you why in a minute. I'll show you the vinyl first, but there's the vinyl. Album cover centering, spin it around. Vinyl looks okay. It does have sleeve scuffs on it, which was not mentioned. And then, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. Where's it at? Is it the front or the back? You guys aren't going to be able to see it, but there's a crease here. And then, where's the back part of it? You're not going to be able to see it. Somehow this back piece, this must have been bent over because there's massive creases through here. And you can't really see them because the artwork really hides it well. But that's what caused that there. It looks like this part was bent in. But anyway, whatever. It's just annoying when people don't mark their shit properly or check it out. May have just been, you know, not checked it out well enough. And I got it for a cheap price, and it's hard to get. Oh yeah, and it's hand numbered 253 out of 525. Most of their stuff is numbered. What label was this? Vandium Records, Pure Steel Records. I think Vandium was one there. I don't think there's anything else in there. That was it. So that's it. Great stuff though. Great hard rock metal. In that Banshee, heavier Banshee vein. Alright, next, this album is super expensive on OG wise, so I decided to pick this up since it was cheap. It's like 20 bucks. It's music on vinyl, and I love music on vinyl releases. Dream Theater's Images and Words, still my favorite album of theirs to this day. It's before they got all crazy with the 27-minute songs and over-the-top rush instrumentals. Again, as always, you know, not always, I guess they do some, but this is a super glossy. I mean, like it's super, super glossy. And I think it's just a black vinyl version. I don't... It was sealed, so I didn't, well, sealed as it can be, I don't check the color of vinyl. Yeah, it looks like it's black. And it's on the Atco label. So that was another one that was cheap. And no, actually that wasn't a wild, that was a wild find. So put that up there. God, I'm talking so much, I need more water. I'm trying, guys, I'm sorry this is so long. Next is the new Whitesnake one. Nothing new here. Whitesnake is just consistently well done. Great band, great vocalist, always have a fantastic band and fantastic guitarists. I'm sure we all know about this one. I mean, it's got Red Beach and Hoekstra, right? Red Beach, Hoekstra. It's got Michael Lupi on keyboards. I didn't know that. Again, nothing special. Black vinyl, usually cool Whitesnake artwork per usual. I think both of these are the same. Nothing inside. Oh, there's the inner. Wait a second. Oh, that's different. Or is it? Yeah, it is a little bit different. Didn't notice that the other day. It does have a... Oh, it has a lyric sheet. I guess it's Whitesnake. Frontiers usually doesn't... Is it Frontiers, right? Yeah. Frontiers usually doesn't do many lyric sheets. They usually pretty cut and dry. Should be more for what that costs to get that shit sometimes. And then next is the, I think this is 17's release. 2018. The band's first album, Frozen Crown, The Falling King. Symphonic power metal, female fronted singer. Their new album isn't on vinyl, which is weird, but I have their new CD. Limited edition, I think it was 300 copies if I remember correctly. This is pretty cut and dry as well. This was supposed to be autographed, but it's not. I think we got a female guitarist in here too, right? Yeah. It's an Italian band. Black vinyl should be, yep. Black vinyl. What is this? No, this is on Scarlet Records, so it's not, it's an indie label, but it's not a big indie label. I mean, a small indie label. And then lastly, my the EP from Within Temptation on vinyl. My all-time favorite female singer, Sharon Denadell, and this is number 882 out of 1,000, I think it is, or 5,000. 3,000 copies of this. Heavy gloss. This is also music on vinyl. And it comes with the... And this is in their earlier days where they had a little bit more of that. Her vocal was kind of split. A little bit of a, almost a death metal vibe vocal to it, you know what I mean? And this one really clear, well, transparent red vinyl. And lastly, this was just released a little while ago. I had trouble getting it. I ordered it from Target and they were like, I got like 5 delay notices and I finally gave up and I ordered it through Amazon, and this one came really quick. And that's my favorite album from the band to this day. Well, this one, In the Heart of Everything, which also is being re-released at the end of the month on vinyl. My God, Silent Force. When I see this album, I always think Stand My Ground, so that's what I think of the album. This is number 3548 out of 5,000. Yeah. Symphonic metal. And this is when they really, well, Mother Earth was a little bit taking on a heavy gloss again. This actually looks good with the gloss. This one came with a nice booklet, actually. It's upside down. Oh no, it's a poster. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, cool. It's an actual poster. Didn't know that was in there. And it has, yeah, it has lyrics and band credits there. So that's pretty cool. Didn't know that was in there. I just got this recently too. And it should be on clear vinyl. Yeah, semi-clear vinyl. That looks pretty actually. This whole packaging looks pretty. Essentially, Evanescence. This was their inspiration with Indentation. Amy Lee says that a lot. These guys have been around since mid-90s. They're an Austrian band. Austria band. Or Deutsch, I can't remember where they're from. Should know that, but I can't think of it right now. But great, I'm happy to have this on vinyl finally. This was never on vinyl. None other, I don't think their EPs were on vinyl. I don't recall. But Mother Earth is the other one I need. That one's expensive for some reason. It's like $35 everywhere I see it. And I got the Heart of Everything, which is my other favorite album by this band, on pre-order. So can't wait to get that one. That's a great album as well. Alright guys, I just talked your ears off for 33 minutes. Fast as I could go. Sorry, that's all I can do. I'm sure none of you will really watch this whole video, but thank you, and I will talk to everybody real soon.